What does it mean when someone tells you they work in sales? And what are the different roles in the sales industry? You hear people working as a business development representative, you hear people working as a sales development representative, and there's also account manager and account executive roles. What does all this mean? To know the answer, stick around. Hello everyone and welcome to a new video from Career Talks, where I chat with professionals about their daily job responsibilities, their career paths, and how they manage to land their jobs. In this video, I talk to a seasoned sales professional, Shresht Prakash. Shresht earned his degree in accounting and finance from the University of Bath in the UK. He then launched his career in sales at IBM, where he worked as business development representative, account manager, and account executive. In this video, Shresht explains in detail what is sales. He also dives into the sales process and what are the different roles in the sales industry and how do they connect to one another. I hope you'll find this video insightful. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I think what would be useful before we go into what did you do at IBM and Certinia, what does it mean when someone works in sales, especially for tech companies? If you can touch a bit on that, what do you do?
Briefly. And basically, so before I describe what I do, simply put, right, what is sales? And obviously sometimes sales has a negative connotation, right? Or you're trying to sell me something, you're going to steal
Trick
something from me.
Trick me into buying that.
And exactly. And then it's like Hollywood also has a thing where they dramatize it, they're trying to win over someone, take what they say Wolf of Wall Street, takes the client's money and put it in my pocket kind of thing. And it's nothing like that, right? So simply put, you obviously have someone who's trying to sell something, but also someone's trying to buy something, right? So there are two sides of thing. And that's it, coming to the need. So very simply put, there is a need, there is a demand, and then you've got to supply it, right? And that's it. That's what salesperson does, right? Salesperson basically fulfills that demand, right? And
that
helps
makes sense.
Anyone. So when you think about the buy side, there's either they know exactly what they want, and then you give it to them, okay? And you manage that relationship and that transaction, or they don't know what they want, and then you help them do it. So this is where a salesperson comes in, right? A salesperson comes in to say, okay, they want to understand what challenges they're having, so you can help them deliver that. Or simply put, they don't even know what challenges they're having, but they want to achieve a certain outcome.
They have a problem. Okay, and then they approach you as a company known to be in that area or field where they're facing that problem in.
Exactly.
And
that's it. So it's basically a salesperson's job is to understand where they are, right? To understand either they know exactly what they want, so can we do that? Or what challenges do they have and how we can help them overcome them? Or simply put, what outcome, what is their desired outcome, what's their desired value, and how we can get there.
Backwards from...
Exactly.
Interesting.
So that's basically what sales is.
Nice. You touched a bit on that there's the customer and they have a need, and then you start to either do the analysis or you identify the right product or service for them and you offer that. Can you describe this customer journey a bit for us?
No, sure, definitely. So from a customer standpoint, right, like how we said, they either know what they want or they have a challenge, a problem, or they just want a desired outcome.
Exactly.
So when we put it from a customer perspective, so it's awareness, right? So the first step is, are they aware of what they need or aware of what problems they have or what outcomes? And then when you think from a buyer's journey is the next bit, which is intent. They actually say, okay, yes, we want to make a change. We want to do something, right? So that's the intent stage, right? So from a buyer's journey, you have awareness, intent, and then they start having discussions, right? And then they go into negotiations. And then the final stage is purchase or decision, right? And these are basically the buyer's journey.
Okay.
So sales obviously can help in any aspects of it. And when I say sales, obviously it's a team effort. So you have different people involved in different stages. But that's how we describe a buyer's journey. And one of a sales exec, any sales exec would usually manage the entire journey.
Okay.
Right?
That's a bit of the more senior person.
Exactly.
it would be very useful now to break down that sales team.
Okay.
Who works in them? What are the different sales roles and the levels, and how are they linked to this journey you described, which is from awareness to purchase?
Perfect. Yeah. And I think that's a good example to say, how do you get into a sales role as well, right? Because I know people who knew exactly that they want to be into sales, and then they went through all the cycles, that is. So at the very beginning, which I recommend people starting, is doing a SDR role, sales development representative.
Yeah.
So what that role basically does is that takes in inbound. So customers, very simply put, who know exactly what they want, they will reach out to you directly. So whether that's be an inbound through a website, whether that be through another partner, another network, and they come in. So these SDRs basically say, yes, what you've asked for, we can help, or no. So they qualify, but it's more of inbound. So they're not out there doing the research.
They're doing outreach and
Exactly. So first role is basically the SDR role. And then as you progress, you then say, okay, you want to do more of the outreach, which then moves on to BDR, business development representative. So here it's more of an outbounding role. You research companies who are the good fit for you, okay, and where you can help them. So you either research that they have these challenges or they have a desired outcome, and you work on how you can pitch to them, whether that be cold calling, emails, LinkedIn. When you go into events, you get a lot of presentation on events, right? So you present yourself to say, this is how we can help you, right? And they kind of build in what we would say account plan, put together, who are the people you're going to target, the plan, and we're going to touch upon that as to what the person does day to day. But that's what their job is, right? And then next bit is, once you move on, you then pick on an account management role. So you have existing customers, right? But then once you get them, you want to land and expand. So they come in, they make the initial purchase.
Learn and expand?
Land the deal.
Okay,
so
and then expand.
Let's say someone comes in, buys the software, and then they want to grow and see that. So that's where the account management role comes in. So the customers made the purchase, but now they want to make sure that it's working as per desired outcome. Do they realize value? And then how do they grow? Whether that be add-on, so additional sale, additional licensing of the same product, or even cross-sell, right? Additional capabilities you brought out and additional products. Exactly. So that's where the AM role would fit in. Okay. And then the next bit, which everyone knows as commonly as AEs or account execs. And that's a mixture of both. Right?
Between the account management and the BDR?
So it's basically a mixture of...
the land and expand part.
So land and expand, but also new sale.
Okay.
So for example, there'll be certain sales which they'll land a customer and pass them to account managers. But sometimes they'll be like, okay, we want a small piece, but there's a lot more to expand, right? So there's a lot more add-on or even cross-sale. And that's where the AE gets involved. So they would do everything. They'll work with the SDRs if one of the customers inbounds, work with BDRs, work with account managers. So they are the overarching people who we call the CEOs of their territory. And that's where the AEs come in. And then obviously gradually as you progress, you become a senior AE. Then you start managing a sales team if you would like to. So you become like a sales director.
Director.
Sales director or sales manager, sales director. Every company calls them different. And then you become like an RVP, a regional vice president. And then you become an area vice president where you manage other managers. And then you become an SVP, a senior vice president. And then the ultimate goal is to be VP or president
of
right?
sales.
Exactly.
That makes sense. Wow, that's a long chain.
That's a long chain,
But it definitely does make sense, like how it links to also the buyer side, which you described, like the three different scenarios. So that's a great way of linking the two.